And hello, everybody. We are live. Look in the camera, see if you're there.
Hi guys.
So, welcome to the new name of the channel, same videos. It's now called Naya NDE. So, Naya, this video is more for the followers. I think we always assume that you're always up, you're never down, you never have problems, and that's not true, is it?
No, it's not true at all. And I've told you guys this over and over, but I don't think y'all hear me. So I'm going to say it slowly now that he's brought it up. There is a big difference between knowing every bit of data on a 747 and getting in the 4747 and flying it. I have every bit of data about this game, everything about it beyond. But there's a big difference between that and getting in this skin suit and running this life. I struggle every moment of every day, especially with my history. I am triggered every moment of every day. The stuff that I tell you guys to do, I am practicing it every day. And I mess up every day. And I get up and I do it again. Because I screw up, I get into fear. I create something that I shouldn't. I did not too long ago. And I move too fast. I don't eat enough. I don't drink enough. I don't get enough rest. I start flowing because I'm an energy being by norm. This physical thing drives me nuts. It's so limiting. And I fight to remember for it to breathe, for it to eat, for it to drink. I fight for it to not be triggered by its past. And when I don't focus on that and give some time in that, I get sick and I get really sick really fast. The good thing is I get unsick really fast once I realize it. But you guys have no idea how close to death I come. Over the last year, probably easy, within a day or two of death, probably 10, 15 times, easy.
15 times?
Yeah, it's that close. Because I get to moving so fast and I don't give this skin suit what it needs. And I'm almost 60 years old. You can't just run around like an 18-year-old when it's this old and it's been through so much.
Well, you
Because
do.
I have not treated it right.
You do.
I do. And I have not treated it for all of these decades. I have not been respectful. I've not been gentle. I've not been kind. I've certainly apologized and I try to do better every day. But the energy being that I am, if I'm rocking and rolling, it gets to move it moves very, very fast. Even at my slowest speed, it feels like when I try to slow it down, oh, it's like molasses to me. It's like molasses, even when I'm going what G-Man would consider fast, and he's always saying, slow down, slow down.
Yep.
To me, that's like nothing. I want to go much faster. So I work on this every single day. This isn't something I'm not aware of. And I've created horrendous things in my life. So I've had to deal with that, looking at all of those things as I created them. I've done everything I've asked you to do. I've already done myself. And as far as I know, no one has had as bad a life that I've ever talked to as I am. So if I can do it, you can do it. I promise you. And once you make the step towards it, it does become easier. It's constant, 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 but it's worth it. It's worth it. And you're going to fall down and you're going to screw it up, and you just got to just get up and do it again. And you just got to keep doing it. I don't care if it takes 1,000,000 times. You just keep doing it. Why do you do it? Because it's better than the option, which is being miserable for another 40 years, which I am not willing to do. So I would rather struggle moment to moment and get it right, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, than go through being miserable another 40 years. What you do, totally up to you. I'm just telling you what I do, giving you some suggestions and support. You can do it any way you want, because that's the advantage of being a god.
Okay, now wait.
Yeah.
To follow up that now, because I've seen you down about 3 days now, 3 different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to recharge your batteries to get back to that point where you are healthy and good enough to go?
The first thing I'll always do is I stop eating. Second thing I always do is I stop drinking. The third thing I do is I stop drinking even water. Then the fourth thing that happens to me is I stop sleeping. When I hit not sleeping, I know that I'm in trouble. So at this point, I've known that if I get to the point where I'm up all night, I have gone too far. So the first thing that I do is go backwards. Okay? So I start drinking water. Then I start drinking juice. And thank goodness I had Zen Mommy and G-Man here, because Stephanie's not here. Normally Stephanie does this. And I hate hate Gatorade. So what Stephanie does is she threatens me with Gatorade if I don't drink. Then what I do is I take water, and I'm a nurse, retired nurse, so I figure out how much would be an ER IV dosage to bring somebody out of dehydration and malnutrition. Then I drink that amount. And then I drink more juice and better juice. Then I drink some fruit. Then I try to get some kind of solid something on my stomach. Then what I do is I get sleep. Then the next thing I do is I go into like vibrational healing. So I'll go into very happy things, happy songs, happy movies, something that makes me feel good and have hope for this planet. In this case, this time it was Armageddon, which I love that movie because it's like massively the game with humans being the best that they can be.
And who stars in it?
On Bruce Willis, my man. A little short on females, but you know, it was an older movie, so I let it ride. Then what I do is once I've gotten hope for the planet again, vibrationally, then I'll go and I watch, right now I'm watching Orange is the New Black. And what that does is it gradually brings me down with some humor back down to reality of where we are based now. And that's kind of short version of how I correct it.
So a quick question in case someone is dehydrated. You say you try to gauge how much water you would need. Is that mug right there about right for about 1 hour of drink?
For an IV dosage, I would say about 2 hours. This one.
That's 2 hours.
That's 2 hours. This would be 1 hour.
Okay.
You know the bags that you see on these that are like 1,000 cc's? You want 1,000 cc's in 4 hours, about 250 cc's an hour.
Okay.
For the first hour or two if you're severely dehydrated. And you want that to be water. Really good water, not tea.
Which that is, by the way.
Yeah, that's spring water.
Natural
straight
spring
out of the
water.
ground.
Yeah. So
that's how I do it. So because I've got a history of nursing and because I died and I've got a lot of experience, I can bring myself out of the near-death experience doing it again in about 24 hours now.
You didn't mention though the essential oils and these things you burn. Does that help also in your?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in this stuff. See these guys? All of this is for a reason. I wear all of it. Big into stones. They keep me centered all the time, and that was a problem here with G-Man because the day 2, I snapped my amethyst bracelet, and that really threw me off. So even though the next 2 weeks were really, really hard, and they've made it even harder because I didn't have my birthstone on with me. So we've ordered more of those, but I've been able to maintain and come out of that. And then I also use incense, also use essential oils. So the essential oils, most of the ones I like are more flowers, mainly because
name what you like.
I like lilac and I like rose, I like pink lotus, I like
Honeysuckle.
I like lavender. Lavender puts me right to sleep. And the reason why I like those is because they draw fairies, and I love the fairies because the fairies are just make me feel better because they're just chaotically happy and craziness all the time. So that's the reason why I use the essential oils. It's to get the fairies in. The incense is usually calming for me. It's more a meditative thing. And I can do that at the same time. I can call in fairies to make a part of me feel, kind of fancy-free, footloose and fancy-free. At the same time, I can run incense that another part of me will go into a meditative state. Because I'm very aware of many parts of me.
And what incense do you like?
Sandalwood.
Sandalwood.
Sandalwood's my favorite. I like a lot of them, but sandalwood's my favorite.
All right.
It's the one that I'll use the most.
That is a very helpful video. I think that would help a lot of people.
Okay, good.
All right. And
HugeHugs. Love you bunches. Bye now. Mwah.
Yeah, that was a good one there.